Hi everyone, I'm FM Greeno and welcome along to episode 3 of the Greeno Tour. So we are at Stirling Albion, which is our first port of call on this journeyman, and we're doing pretty well so far. As you can see, we are sat after 4 league games on 10 points. There are 3 of us at the top of the table on 10 points. Queen's Park, who you remember we drew with in our first game of the season, and Edinburgh City being the other. If we're going to take a look at how we've been doing, it's been pretty good. You can see here, like I say, the last game that you saw with me was the Queen's Park game. We drew 2-2. After that, we went to Stenhouse Muir, a good 2-0 win. We beat Annan 2-1 at home. It was a little more of a ropey performance. We needed a couple of penalties to win that one. Our next league game, we were away to Brechin and won that 2-0. Couple from Dane Murray there. And then we finished off our Betfred Cup campaign. We drew 1 apiece with Inverness Caledonian Thistle, which is a very good result. We actually beat them on penalties. And then we beat Kelty Hearts 2-0. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to overhaul Hibernian at the top of that group, and they're the team that move on to the next phase. Today, we face Elgin City. They're a team that are only on 3 points after the 4 games, so hopefully we can capitalise on their fairly poor start to the season and, inflict some more damage on them. Let's go and see how we're set up for the game. So we are going to be going with the more attacking of our 4-3-3 formations today. We're at home and we're against a team that we should be better than on paper. The lineup for today's game: Pelmar Bassi in goal, Van Dannemeel at left back, Connor at right back, the lad on loan from Celtic, Verhelder, and McGregor at centre half. Young Watters in the ball-winning midfielder role, supporting Mitchell and the other loanee, Dane Murray from Celtic, in midfield. Bikey, who, the way he's been playing at the moment, he's like a Scottish League 2 San Maximan. He's doing really well, so we like him out in this position. He's playing there. We've got Hamash on the right-hand side and Ryan up top. Let's get into the game and see how we do. So it looks like we got a half-decent crowd in once again. Nice to see. Nobody in the standing areas, but plenty of people in the seats there. Starting here with an attack for Elgin, but easily picked up that free kick by Pelmar Bassi in goal. He looks long towards Ryan. That's a good header down to Hamash on the right-hand side. Gets a crossover. Oh, and headed just wide. By Murray, I think that was. Good start to the game for us. I've been very impressed with how we've been performing so far, overall, considering the amount of young players we've got in the team. So young Connor here on the ball at right back, and Watters in the defensive midfielder role are both only 16 years of age. The 2 lads we got on loan from Celtic, Verhelder and young Dale in midfield, they're both only 17. Oh, there's Bikey at the back post with a header, and we're 1-0 up. So yeah, so like I was saying, those 2 lads from Celtic are only 17 years old. We also have, I think Hamash is only 20. So there's a lot of inexperience in the side. And they're doing really, really well. So it's nice to get a goal early in the game. That settles the nerves a little bit. Let's see how everyone else is doing. So looks like Queen's Park are also winning at this stage. They're showing on 13 points. Yep, they've taken the lead against Brechin. I'm really enjoying this so far. I think I've picked a good little club to start the journey with here in Stirling. With having the better of the first half, certainly. We've got 59% possession. Free kick here from Mitchell. Good ball into the box, and that's a second. That's Andy Ryan, the striker. 9th goal of the season already. What an asset to the club he is turning out to be. Really good ball in that from Mitchell there. And Ryan with a great leap at the back post. And a firm header planted into the far bottom corner. Queen's Park also 2 up. So at least we're keeping pace with them. They're, like I said, they're by far the favourites for the league this year. So what are we going to say to the boys? I think we've got to tell them we're pretty happy with how things are going. So I'm happy with the way things are going. Keep it up. Sea of green in response to that, which is good. So Stirling Albion, they're a team I've not actually seen play live, but I have been to their ground. So in October 2020, I went up to Scotland for a few days to meet a buddy of mine and to go around and watch a bit of football. And I had been planning to watch Stirling Albion play. They were going to play on a Saturday afternoon. And unfortunately, they had a cup replay that was scheduled then. So the league game they had scheduled was cancelled, and they were playing way up in the north of Scotland somewhere in a cup replay. So instead of going to watch Stirling that day, we've conceded there one, Russell Dingwall. So instead of going to watch Stirling, I ended up going to watch Dumbarton against Peterhead. But on the Monday night, Scotland under-17s were playing. Now, of course, the Scotland youth setup is based around Stirling and the Academy of Sport and the university there. They were playing against the Croatia under-17s, so I went along to that game instead. So I have seen a game in the stadium, and a good game it was too. I was quite impressed with the way Scotland played, actually, their under-17 side. Some decent-looking little players in there. Right, time for a change or two. So, nobody's playing particularly poorly. Connor's not having the greatest game at right back, but right backs are broken at the moment in the game anyway. So I'm not going to draw too many conclusions from that. We might bring him out though and give Lukoki a game maybe. Yeah, Lukoki can come on and play right back for a little while. There's no one else I really want to take off at this point. Everyone else is playing okay. So let's give it another 5-10 minutes, see if anyone's condition drops down. We are going to have to be a little bit careful here. Elgin have a throw-in. Hamash picks up the loose ball, though. Here is the substitute Lukoko. Gives it to Mitchell. He's found Ryan with a ball over the top. Good block, though, by the Elgin defender. And so with about 20 minutes to go, you can see we've by far had the best of this game, but it's still in the balance a little bit. Only a 1-goal advantage. So I think maybe we'll look at making another change here. Maybe Dane Murray comes out and we'll bring Jack Leach on, I think. A little bit more experience in the middle of the park there. We're going into the final few minutes, just injury time to come. 5 minutes of that, and it's still 2-1. Not quite as comfortable a win as I'd have liked, but I'm happy enough with that. It finishes 2-1. So a decent win. Johnny Mitchell picks up man of the match. He's a good little player, this lad, but I just cannot get him to agree to a new contract at all. He's only in contract until the end of the year. So, I mean, I'm just going to try it once a week, offer him a contract, and hopefully one day he'll have a moment of weakness and sign on with us. In terms of when we're going to come back next, we've got a good few league games coming up. We have a Scottish Cup first round against an unknown opponent as yet. I think we're probably going to come back for maybe the Stenhouse Muir game next. Bit of a localish derby. So that'll be a little bit of fun with that one, I think. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. A good win, if somewhat unspectacular, but nice to see that we're keeping pace with Queen's Park at the top of the league. If you have enjoyed it, please drop a like on there for me. And if you've got any comments about this episode or the series as it started so far, then please drop them in the comment section below. Of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. There's a lot of good stuff in content on the channel right now. We have the Newcastle save from the beta, which was a lot of fun. And of course, the Mighty Magyars, which is running alongside this one too. But it just remains for me to thank you for watching. And I'll see you soon for some more action on the Journeyman with Stirling Albion. Bye for now.